Check out that. So it's an orb weaver. Here is a beautiful cat face spider for you guys to see. Check out this massive, oh. I'm actually recording you guys on the DJI Osmo Pocket, so I have my camera in one hand. But let's give this one a couple minutes. Okay, so in my opinion, when it comes to macro photography, especially for like bugs, you need a macro lens. I'm using the Nikon Z105, and tonight I'm just using my flash because it's a bit easier, but I typically use a diffuser by AK Diffusers. I will tag them because they're actually really good. A couple tips. So if you're out photographing bugs, take a minute to check out. If you're out photographing insects, bugs, whatever it is at night, definitely check out like bushes, trees, vehicles, because they totally love those spots, and lights. There's something making a noise. Of course, if you have your cats, then take them with you because they're going to come anyways. So we have found a couple of cat face spiders already. We are going to keep looking to see what we find. I'm using a Godox V863 flash. I love this thing, but let's continue on our venture and go see what we can find. I don't know if you guys can see that little spider, but it looks like an orb weaver. So a telltale sign between a cat face and an orb weaver is a cat face has two basically ears on its body, whereas a orb weaver has a kind of a rounder body like this one. Okay, and if some of you don't know, like I shoot with the Nikon Z9 and the Godox V860 version 3. So if your camera is in silent mode and your flash is connected and you're wondering why your flash isn't working, it's because your flash, for some weird reason, will not work if your Z9 is in silent mode. So click it off and it will work, just so you guys know, because it took me a little bit to figure that out, and I was literally searching everything and could not figure it out. So just word of advice there. This one seems to have caught some dinner. I'll flip you around so you can see. There's a bug on me. But like, I don't know if you can see that. I can't point because I'm holding my camera and there's flies flying into me. But it's like right there. It's just a little guy. If you don't know what focus peaking is, it highlights your subject when it's in focus, and it will tell you what part of your subject is more in focus and what part of it is not in focus. So for macro photography, it is a godsend. For portraits, like, it's nice. I have it turned on for everything because I do, and I've become accustomed to it. So it's kind of like, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. It's not a big deal, but I highly recommend it personally. Here's another orb weaver. There's so many out tonight, which I'm not shocked. And count Drac. And there is always such cool insects that come out at night, like the one that just flew off. But I'm just checking out our evergreens, just to kind of see what there is. Sometimes if you get lucky, you'll find like a cat spider, like this one coming down soon, right there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's one of my cats who's decided to climb the tree. But this is what I do. I just kind of go around at night and find the littlest spiders just out making webs. And they're super cool. I kind of wish this would focus better on little things, but I get it. That's not really its job. We're gonna hopefully photograph this thing if it doesn't fly away. Okay, and so my settings for macro photography at night is 1/200th of a second a shoot, f20 typically. I don't know why it's on 25 right now, and then ISO of 100. I leave my flash in TTL mode, so that way it just communicates with the camera of exactly what it needs to do. It's easier. I'm not well versed in the manual side of the flash, but I do shoot in manual for everything. And I highly recommend people do, because sometimes you just can't rely on technology and the camera to choose things, especially for low light. Like the DJI right now is in low light. Sometimes the kitty cats don't get along. I was saying that my DJI is in low light and it's actually performing really well. So, but I think we're going to call it a night because it's getting chilly out and it's getting windy out, and it kind of works against me right now. And thanks for coming along on the adventure. And like I said, I need to get a small rigs thing. So if you know one that will work with the Nikon Z9, comment below, send me a message so I can get it and take you guys more on an adventure.